From just getting out tutorial to Lucio running out of the map, this is Gorilla Tag Noob to Pro. Here we have the noob, just spawning in. Now we already know everyone's been through this before, utterly confused about what to do here, because you can't move with your joystick. As they search through tutorial, they notice a weird wall that they try to jump in between but obviously can't get up because they're unskilled. So they end up just going around and going up the curve, until you stumble across this weird cliff. This is the end of the tutorial, and you begin your journey. As you hit the ground, you notice a bunch of other gorillas the same way as you, moving around super fast and being oddly annoying. You slowly jump around as you see other gorillas climbing on walls and jumping up this weird stump thing. You decide to follow them. You're greeted with a large room with a computer in the middle and a bunch of other gorillas sitting there, along with a board that says message of the day with pink text. As you read it, you realize that's when all the updates are shown. But out of the corner of your eye, you see a whole nother tunnel, which leads to something else, a different map. You see people walking around with cool hats and shirts on, and even notice that they have cosmetics that you can buy. You stumble over to one specific one though, a hat, which has stripes on it. Oh no, everyone's had this moment when they buy the party hat. You jump side to side from the walls and forest, slowly learning how to go up it faster and faster. Soon you know though, this is the start of your journey, and you will soon become a champion. And you also learn how to change your name and your color, changing it to something more creative. This is an amateur player, a player who's not the best but also not really the worst. The amateur player learns how to elevator climb and do other sorts of double walls without just jumping side to side. But he couldn't stay on walls for more than a second. You also learn that you can jump on top of branches and run around on them, making your movability range a lot wider. You start to establish routes where you can run around on certain paths just to trick up lava monkeys. You also learn about new maps such as mountains that use a unique set of skills to get around rather than just running. And you also find out about the competitive parkour course, which you can't get very far in, sadly. This is an intermediate player, with skills growing much better than they used to be. The intermediate player can now go into lobbies and tag almost everyone, besides the good players who can play on walls. Oh, wait, what? What's that? He can now wall climb. This adds a lot of help to now, if he has to tag anyone who is up on walls, then he can now wall climb and run around just to get to them. Very nice. And since he can wall climb and wall run, he can actually do the competitive course. This is one of the biggest breakthroughs when you're playing Gorilla Tag. This is a great player. Much better than the intermediate, but still not the best. He's also learned even more important skills, such as skipping the big line to get the stump. He also learned how to wall run, or almost vertical, much faster than he originally did. This is a Gorilla Tag Pro, a very good player who's evolved from when he used to be. This pro can now easily vertical and Lucio run straight up walls without putting any effort in. He can also glide across branches like it's nothing, changing directions and going the speed of sound. This is usually where the skill cap goes off, but there are some people who have done even better, such as getting to tutorial, escaping maps. But this is unfortunately where it all ends, because most of the time you get banned for Lucio running in a lobby or some crap, and then you can't ever play Gorilla Tag again unless you make an appeal that doesn't get responded to. And this definitely didn't happen to me once, and I got super mad and cried myself to sleep that night. So subscribe and have a nice day, and comment if you like these types of videos. Subscribe.